Hello everyone, welcome to the PIPCAST 3000, a bi-weekly podcast that goes up every other Sunday, usually 10 a.m. Pacific. I'm Caedo Genesis. This is my co-host, Bad Company Sarge.
Hello there.
And we like to talk about Bethesda games and open world RPGs and things of that nature. And that's what you can expect in this episode as well. Gosh dang it, I lost my train of thought. Okay, Our topic, speaking of Bethesda games, is going to be related to Fallout 4. Because there's been some recent hype around the Fallout show and stuff like that, we're kind of going back to a Fallout-based discussion kind of thing for a bit. And it's going to be tips everyone should know about Fallout 4 from us, not the gamer, from us, so you can trust it. That we know what we're talking about. And of course, beforehand, we have a few news things to cover as well as the comments of the cast and stuff like that. So why don't we get started? And oops, I just messed up all the spacing there. Okay. Oh no.
Oh god.
Oh.
Caedo's currently ruining the document.
The document has been ruined.
Control Z, Caedo. Control Z.
Okay. So thank you to the people supporting the main channel as well as the PIPCAST 3000 channel, including Wasteland Legend Sven. And those of you who do support will be in the end credits. If you support via Patreon, you'll be in the end credits of these videos. Okay, so we grabbed some comments from the last episode where we talked about the gamer article that went over survival mode in Fallout 4, the tips for survival mode. And it was it was a lot of varying qualities of tips.
There were a few genuinely solid, yep, that is good advice for survival mode.
Yes.
There were also a few things which were, this is mechanically impossible, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
It wasn't a great list overall. And
our rating system was the quality of water. We used quality of water for our rating system, which was pretty fun.
Yeah.
Do you want to pick one of the comments? Sorry, I was messing with my knobs.
Oh, Caedo, you're not allowed to do that. Not on the internet unless
Sorry,
people pay you.
my dials, Sarge.
Oh, okay. Fine. Yeah, I'll read out a comment. I'm going to pick Nebula's comment, because it's got a timestamp of 1 hour, 5 minutes and 17 seconds, saying, excellent timing on the B-roll. Quote, companions are great for pulling enemy fire, end quote, as Piper immediately gets down by a super mutant.
Yeah.
We used B-roll for a future challenge run video that I recorded that won't be releasing for like another couple of months, I don't think. So, spoilers for that series, Piper gets shot and goes down. A lot. Yeah.
Companions are so useful, guys. I don't know why we don't bring them all the time.
I'm currently doing like a 7 series set of series, which each of them is based around using companions in Fallout 4 in survival mode as like one of the main gimmicks. And yeah, it's just so many followers are so bad in combat. A few of them have been okay. Piper is actually one of the better ones, and I think in the B-roll of that video she goes down like 3 or 4 times.
Oh no.
Like the worst one to date is McCready, who while doing his follower quest goes home. Just so bad.
That's funny.
It's literally, I need to find a cure for my son, and then he just wanders off halfway through and leaves.
Son! Oh, McCready.
But yeah, I'm very glad someone was watching the B-roll and enjoyed that. It's good to know.
Yeah, and thank you, Sarge, again for the B-roll to put to the thing. I came prepared this time. That I think I recorded at least two hours worth of B-roll, so I think we're good there. That was before the move. Hey, everybody! I moved to a new apartment.
It was moved.
Everything went smoothly too.
Hey.
Smooth move, as they say. Yeah. So Fallout 76 and some Rift Breaker footage is going to be on the docket for footage, which is funny because we're talking about Fallout 4. But I guess those of you who are particular about your B-roll, I guess you're gonna have to deal with it. But yeah, thank you Nebular66 for the comment. If you want to be a comment to the cast, just leave one, either on the YouTube side or the Spotify side. Yes, we're on Spotify. And let's get into the news. It's mostly good announcement based stuff that we got this
Excellent.
time, and there's gonna be a little Starfield rant in there too, probably from me. But something that happened over the last couple of weeks was Gamescom. Gamescom happened, and it's the one in Germany that it's like one of the biggest gaming events that happens each year. I think it's each year. They didn't make it like a every other year or anything like that, did they? I don't remember.
Honestly, it's hard to tell. We're in the 2020s. There was a big thing which happened which kind of messed around with all of these, so I'm still getting used to when things actually are.
Yeah. But anyway, Gamescom opening night live was great, hosted by Jeff Keighley, of course, the Game Awards guy. Like, you know him. He's the face of basically all of the main events that happen around gaming now. But yeah, opening night live had a bunch of trailers. If you want some trailers to ogle and haven't yet, that is linked below, the show itself. But some things that they showed at this event were the teaser for Fallout Season 2, the Fallout show on Amazon, which I told Sarge pre-recording that I was like, I only wanted to watch it once because they front-loaded a lot of like spoily stuff that I don't want to remember when I watch the show.
Yeah,
or I want to try to forget.
There's a lot of like mild spoiler stuff that if you've seen season 1 you could kind of imply or expect, but yeah, it's also like, well, there's a lot of details shown off in the trailer as well, and I even said to Caedo that I kind of like half-watched it while I was watching it because I didn't want to pick up on too much stuff.
And especially like because they're in New Vegas, like all the extra knowledge that Sarge and I have of New Vegas, you'll immediately recognize things if you are of any degree knowledgeable in New Vegas. So I think it's better to be like, no, I don't want to look, kind of thing. So I've also been avoiding the Fallout subreddit because people are still picking apart like different scenes and stuff like that. I'm like, no, I can't, I mustn't. So
I just avoid the Fallout subreddit all the time.
Yes, that is a good thing to do as well sometimes, because often it's very much the same tired topics, like which is the best Fallout game. But sometimes people get excited for new things, and right now it's the Fallout Season 2, so look forward to that. It's coming out in December.
It is December. Have we got a specific date? I know it's December, I can't remember when.
I'm opening it up for a second.
It's not on the trailer.
Just to dang it. December 17th.
At least
yes, it is.
Might be... Oh, okay. Is it actually in the trailer?
December 17th.
There we go, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, it shows up big on screen.
Yeah.
It shows up like 45 seconds before the end of the video in my defense.
Yeah. And another thing... Well, I don't know if you want to cover the next part. It's all kind of in the same...
Oh, the Future Games Show?
Yes.
That happens within Gamescom.
Yes.
And I'll be entirely honest, I don't really understand why it's, like, separated. It's not like Gamescom shows us games that came out several years ago. They're all future games that are coming out. What is the difference, Caedo? You know more about these things than I do.
I mean, it's just like any other like weekend event kind of thing. Like each like developer or publisher has like time slots and stuff like that, but then there's like the broad strokes time slot for just a bunch of trailers, and that's more what kind of the Future Games Show was. Okay. So like you had opening night live had the big highlights, which included like the Fallout show. But then the next day was Future Games Show, I believe, and that was just a ton of different stuff, different varying indie to AAA kind of things too. Like the Blood of the Dawnwalker are shown off on the Future Games Show, which is the former Witcher devs vampire RPG that I'm getting more stoked for the more I see of it, because it
does look fairly cool.
It's so Witcher 3 coded. It's insane. But you play as a day or Dawnwalker vampire guy, so the gameplay shifts between night and day, which is kind of cool too. But yeah, they had that that Steam page link too, which
I always
linked,
appreciate when that
which
happens.
I linked, yes, which I linked below as well, where you can see all of them that were shown, so you can wishlist them or keep an eye on them. Yeah, Silksong was included in that too.
Yes, I saw all the stuff about
probably
that.
a big deal for those who, I mean, if you're into Silksong, if you were like hyped for it, like you probably already know like that it's finally a real thing, and so many indie devs are like pushing their dates out of the way of Silksong because people are gonna like fixate on that for a chunk of time. Very clearly like one of the most hyped games of like the last 5, maybe 10 years even, because it's been pushed back so much. I hope it lives up to at least a portion of the excitement that people are feeling, because I want nothing more than the Silksong fans to, enjoy themselves.
Yeah. I mean, all the news I've heard about development and stuff has sounded positive, so
yeah,
fingers crossed.
Yeah.
I will say the funniest game for me to see that came out of this is one called God Save Birmingham, and I think anyone from the UK will find that amusing as well, because Birmingham's, it's fine, it gets a bad rap here in England, but it's like, oh, Birmingham, and it's like, yeah, God Save Birmingham, that seems fitting.
Oh, I will take your word for it.
It's not a terrible place or anything, but it's looked down on in a very British way.
So you turn your nose up at it.
I mean, kind of. It's affectionate disdain.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, there's another one which was like a Star Fox spiritual successor called Wild Blue, which is another, like if you want modern Star Fox, like keep an eye on that one, because that's very much what it is. I
was surprised to see a new Styx game as well. There's a lot of games here.
Yeah. Like I tried Styx, like I
didn't get on with it.
I didn't
particularly well either.
That's the one game that made me go like, as I started it up, I'm like, man, I love stealth action games, and then I played it and I'm like, I don't love all stealth action games. But if you are a Styx fan, and this is just my opinion, if you are a Styx fan, yeah, there is more Styx coming. Also Borderlands 4 was another one that was shown off.
Yep.
But Gearbox has been doing a lot of rounds on promotional stuff. Like I just saw another one that went up yesterday, I think. Randy Pitchford on stage doing magic tricks and audience participation and stuff. It's like he's trying everything to get people hyped up.
We've had a new trailer for Borderlands 4 every single day for like the past month or something.
I got to see all the character trailers. That's cool stuff. Sorry, my cuticle's bleeding.
I just realized I don't know what a cuticle is, because my brain immediately went, that's like an eye thing, right? And
no.
That's a very passive...
That's completely different.
Oh, dang it, my eyes are bleeding.
Oh, my cuticle.
It's like,
I can't see.
nails.
My cuticle's bleeding.
It's to do with nails. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's the thin layer of skin at the top of your nail that can easily get messed up when you're moving boxes around a lot.
Yes. I used
or
to
put
sell
your hands
shoes
in jean
and-
pockets. Yeah.
Yeah. With shoe boxes, you push the thumb into like a little hole in them to grab them easily when stocking like thousands on a shelf. And I just get way pushed back, and then I'd have to. I'd have to use price tags to cover up my nails and stop the bleeding.
Yeah.
It was gross.
Yeah, you did retail,
Yeah. I did years of it.
You were the shoe store guy. Man, this turned into a real life tangent really quickly. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Yeah, check out the list and wish list things that you are interested in, because so many games all the time. Even though this is a year of bangers already, here comes more. So,
man, I do feel a bit bad for any publishers and developers who were hoping that their game would be Game of the Year for this year, because I feel like with GTA 6 and Hollow Knight Silksong, that's like big AAA and like super popular indie just both coming out in a single year. It's yeah.
Yeah, there's just a lot happening. for everybody too, like for all kinds of different genre enjoyers. So yeah, it's a mixed bag for the industry this year for sure. But on the consumer side, like we're getting some big great games.
Yeah,
it's speaking of big games that may be great for some people.
Yeah. That's fair.
Do you want to take this one, or should I take this one too?
Okay, so we are going to be talking about Starfield, which is what Caedo's transition is for. But technically, this is just a developer spotlight video on Tim Lamb, who people will recognize from many Bethesda videos as the guy in like a... What's the name of the hat? I always think of it as like a golf visor.
Yeah, I guess it's like a sun visor.
A sun visor. He's the one like on the couch or on the sofa in Bethesda studio offices play testing the games while everyone's doing stuff.
Yeah.
He stands out a lot in trailers and behind the scenes footage. A lot of people recognize him. And yeah, he's talking about his like experiences being at Bethesda. And also, apparently, he's the guy who kind of came up with the railway rifle, or at least the initial idea of it.
Yeah,
so that's
he pitched it. Yeah,
yeah, that's a pretty big claim to fame.
Is an iconic weapon in the Fallout series.
Also wild to me, even though I've technically played like the older Fallout games and stuff, didn't even realize properly until watching this that Fallout 3 was the game that introduced the railway rifle.
Oh, yeah.
Because it just fits in so well and makes so much sense.
Yeah. It would have
it's like
in the earlier ones.
It's like pipe weapons being Fallout 4. It's like, no, that makes total sense. This is a post-apocalypse, so we've just kind of made weapons out of scrap. That's normal.
Yeah. In Fallout 2, I think it was just Fallout 2, they made the pipe rifle, and that's like where they stopped. And it doesn't even look like a thrown together weapon. It just looks like you know, a long shotgun. So.
I mean, it's also Fallout 2. Every gun looks like a handful of pixels. There's not a lot they can do to differentiate them.
You can tell the difference between like...
Yeah, you can tell the difference, but there's not a lot they're working with.
The 10 mil and the SMG, like you can identify those at least. But yeah, Tim Lamb's the guy on the couch.
Yep. And he talked about his experience with like Oblivion, Fallout 3, Fallout 76, and Starfield, which he hyped up quite a bit in the video, which I know watching it I was a bit like, like a lot of the stuff he was saying was technically correct, how it's like kind of their biggest game and it's like they put almost multiple games into one with all the different features, and I'm like, yeah, you did put too much stuff into it, and that's a thing. But a big part that I know Caedo will want to talk about is like hinting at more content that's to come. More content that was planned, but they've been so quiet that I was just like, I wonder if they dumped it. Which is the Starborn expansion. Like we haven't heard anything about that yet, like officially content wise. But he towards the end of this developer spotlight, he mentioned like there's more to come besides just creations, which of course they mentioned as well a little bit. Yeah, creations were brought up,
which
but you mentioned that there's like carry on.
I was gonna say like creation shouldn't be the only thing that this early in the game's lifespan be the thing that carries it, but I'm worried that, I mean, not really worried, I'm seeing that already.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, I'm just hoping that like the coming expansion really kind of turns it around, but they've got a lot to do for turning it around.
He mentioned like a story DLC, which we assume is going to be Starborn, and also like free updates, but I think literally free updates was as detailed as that got, so that could be like, oh, we've fixed a bug.
Yeah, free updates is going to be fixes.
We've added an entire new storyline.
I guarantee it's just going to be fixes in quality of life. Like it's not like, oh, check out this. He could be mentioned. There's so much you could put under that umbrella. It could be like,
that's the problem.
Our semi-regular freebies on creations or whatever. So it's like, no, man, It's just...
I mean, I'm spoiled a bit because I play Total War Warhammer 3, and their free updates are, hey, we reworked this entire faction that you can play the game with,
Yeah.
or added in an entirely new character, or tons of stuff like that. Whereas, like, for Starfield, it probably is just going to be, hey, we fixed that one bug from last year that we added in, or, oh, we changed a damage number for a weapon. Like, wouldn't expect too much from it. Though I will say, next week is the 2-year anniversary of Starfield's official launch.
Wow.
It's got like 2 launch dates because, you know, games are like, hey, you can give us extra money to play it early a lot now. But I'm already getting prepared to make a video being like, hey, Starfield 2 years later, this is what it's like. But the problem is I need to make the video before the actual official 2 years later. But with this video coming out and Tim Lam being like, hey, there's extra stuff coming, I'm like, well, are they going to release it on the 2-year anniversary? And will my video then immediately be outdated? It's a little bit frustrating.
Yep.
Because I, much like you, was like, oh yeah, they've basically abandoned Starfield. Starborn's probably being worked on by just like a skeleton crew. They'll throw it out at some point and then just leave it to creations. But with this little thing, I'm like, okay, they might have more people than I thought working on this. There might be something special coming for the 2-year anniversary. Like, who knows?
Yeah.
Not us.
And, like, the reason... And... bear with us on this. The reason both Sarge and I think that they had moved on is because the Elder Scrolls 6 is in full swing. Like, they're in full development of the Elder Scrolls 6. So, and I'm sure that they're pulling as many people as they can from different spots to, like, help with that.
Yeah. We also had Oblivion Remastered, which got some attention, and we've not really heard anything about Starfield in a while.
Yeah.
Like, it's not a game that's getting constant attention and updates and stuff being talked about. Like, it's just kind of quietly existing at this point. Like, Fallout 76 gets way more attention from Bethesda and, like, way more pushing and being advertised to people than Starfield does.
Yeah,
and
it's a money
76 is,
printer.
like, yeah, close to a decade old at this point. And Starfield only came out less than 2 years ago, and yet you very rarely hear about it, especially on, like, the official side of things.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I do kind of hope that something good happens. Like, I will go back to Starfield once that's out to see how it is.
I mean, I've got to install it, and it's over 150 gigs. It's such a big file
I think
size.
I still have it installed, I'm pretty sure.
I'm going to have to check I've got space to install it, which is wild. It's just like, I didn't reinstall Elden Ring recently, because I was like, oh, I fancy going through Elden Ring again, and I was like, oh, 50 gigabytes? Phew, that's a bit much. I'll save the space. I could have 3 Elden Rings for one Starfield.
Yeah. Did you finish Elden Ring?
Oh yeah, I beat it. I beat it a while ago.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe
I think
just
I even
forgot.
talked about it on the podcast.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, I beat Melania and then went through the last 6 bosses of the game and just beat them all first try. It was like, once I dealt with her, everything else was just easy.
Nice.
She was a pain, though.
Oh, I
Still
bet.
hate Melania.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah. So we got a little tease from Tim Lam thing.
It's not the only company teasing us, though.
Yeah. Yeah. Rebellion. Oh, it's unlisted too.
It is.
I linked an
noticed that.
unlisted trailer. Anyway,
Yeah.
this unlisted trailer that I have linked below is upcoming September 16th. Another expansion for Atomfall. And those of you who have like watched me or Sarge, like he and I both, I'd like to think we both enjoyed Atomfall.
Yeah. Atomfall was good.
Nice little branching story kind of thing.
Yeah.
Got a little faction-y stuff you can do. I played the Wicked Isle expansion that came out a few months ago. It was good. It added more endings to the game and more context to some things too, which was really cool. So this is going to be more Atomfall, which I'm always down for. Here's hoping that it doesn't add more manuals and I can finish up that manuals guide that I had initially planned to finish, but I won't know until, you know, they're probably going to add something else collectible wise or skill wise.
Yeah. It is very weird that they've made this trailer unlisted. I can't think of why, but I noticed that as well, because this trailer has like 547 views. It was out 4 days ago, got like less than 10 comments. Like, I've got to assume that's a mistake, because you just make a trailer public. It's there specifically to inform people and let them know. It does feel weird to see an unlisted trailer.
Let's see. This might be just a Steam-specific one, because...
It says Xbox Series X, S, PC, PS5, PS4. Like, it's advertising everything.
Well, maybe I need to link the new one, because there is a new one, too.
Oh, yeah, there is. Days ago.
Yeah.
Wait, which is, like, exactly the same.
Maybe they were missing something from it.
Huh.
Anyway.
Oh, yeah. The new trailer is 1 second longer.
Yeah, so they added a little something. So you'll see
that's right. We're gatekeeping the unlisted
public trailer. Oh, if you want to see the unlisted one, it's on their Steam update. But yeah, the Red Strain. That we don't know too much about it. Besides,
no, the trailer really doesn't give much.
Besides, they have one of the robots, but it's got a brain in it instead of just an AI core looking thing. So, and it looks more scary to fight.
Yeah.
But more overgrown wasteland to explore. Yes, please. I'll take that.
Yeah. We do love ourselves a post-apocalyptic wasteland.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And that's pretty much it for news, I think. Mm-hmm. Unless you had anything else that happened over the last couple weeks, Sarge, that is pertinent.
I've been dealing with real life stuff. I kind of skipped over most of Gamescom and all of that. So this was good to me to double check that I didn't miss too much big stuff. Although I genuinely wouldn't have even watched the Fallout Season 2 trailer or known it was out if it wasn't in the outline. I very much missed everything.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Game shows happened.
They did. And more to come this year, too. We're getting towards the fall and winter, because then we'll have the Game Awards, which will have more game trailers for sure, and then, the arbitrary rewards to...
Yeah.
Sorry, the arbitrary scoring system rewards to developers that often do deserve it. So, because I think it's still a good show to give recognition to devs that do well, too.
Yeah.
And also, anytime Jeff talks about Kojima, kind of gives me life, because they're like buds, and it's funny. Because he's still fanboys a little bit, even though he knows Kojima personally. I just think it's funny. Yeah, topic time. Let's move on to not Metal Gear Solid, but Fallout 4.
Yep.
And
we're going to give you some Fallout 4 tips.
Whole bunch of tips everyone should know. We think you should know about Fallout 4. So Sarge, because you're the one writing something up for this very topic, would you like to start just word vomiting all this information onto the listeners?
Okay, I am currently doing my Fallout 4 Ultimate Beginner's Guide. I'm literally in the process of writing the script and have been for the past few days. And one thing that is apparently true, which I didn't think was true, I thought I was being lied to when I saw this in my own comment section, is that a charisma score of 11 or higher guarantees you pass every speech check.
What?
Yeah, it's... Each rank of charisma adds a 15% chance modifier to you passing a speech check, and then there's a negative modifier depending on the level of the speech check. Red speech checks are minus 65 to it. So as long as you've got 11 charisma, which is 15 times 11, which is 165, then you have a 100% chance.
I could have sworn I've had well above 10 and failed.
See, I do wonder if this is a... technically 100%, but there's still some way of it failing. Because the minimum chance is always 5%. That's listed as just like a thing. You've always got a 5% chance, even on like a red check with 1 charisma.
Yeah.
But everything I've been able to find and test myself has been like, no, it seems 100%. So actually, you know what? If anyone in the comments has like instances where they've definitely had more than 10 charisma, or more than 11 charisma, same difference, and failed a speech check, do let us know as well.
I could be confusing this with intimidation checks too.
Yeah, intimidation stuff is just completely random and bad, and I hate it.
Me too.
But I will say as well, from all my research, I've seen a lot of people talking about, like, hidden special debuffs, which you can just kind of get as bugs. Especially in survival mode, there's a way to just kind of debuff your special just by playing the game completely normally, and the game will not tell you, but it's done that. Which
Hello?
is fun.
Internet.
Are you there, Caedo? Caedo gone. Caedo vanished. Oh, Caedo back.
Well, I hope this is not a regular thing.
I was just giving the listeners the kind of play-by-play of what was happening as I was talking.
What, was I still coming through somewhat?
Nope.
Oh.
I was letting them know that I couldn't hear you, but all of that was
Okay.
that.
Well, that was definitely my internet service going out for a second.
Yep.
I made damn sure I got a hard wire into the router before us recording today, and
Yeah.
that doesn't make a difference apparently. So
No. I mean, I'm all like manually wired in and stuff, and we've still been having some internet issues lately for no apparent reason.
yeah. So anyway, hope that doesn't happen consistently while I'm trying to record with you. I've been such a good customer. I've given them so much money. Anyway, where were you with your tip before I disconnected?
I finished it. I added some extra context. I just kind of said nothing for about 5 seconds, waiting for you to respond, and then checked if you were there.
Oh no.
So-
Okay.
It'll definitely be fine with like editing or however you want to do it. It's all sorted. The charisma tip was done.
Okay. The charisma tip was done.
Yep.
Okay. Well, should I add ones that I already kind of did on my tips and tricks? I guess.
I
Or
see no reason against that.
well, you already went over that the special attributes can go over 10, and this includes all of them, not just charisma, and they can be raised with different armor pieces or apparel pieces, as well as chems and drinks, stuff like that. And I think on the character I used for my survival stream, I think I reached a strength. I tried to get a strength as high as I could, and I think I reached about 25 to 30 or something like that strength,
Nice.
which was real great. Do recommend if you're playing melee. Because it just gives more incremental melee damage and carry weight
Yeah.
as you keep going.
It's like an extra 10 points of carry weight, and I want to say 1% bonus. What is the damage multiplier? Yeah, it's like a 1% damage increase to all melee and unarmed attacks for each rank of strength.
Yeah, that's a
Pretty
lot
solid.
once you start getting into the 30s and onwards. So there's that. Also, agility gives you more AP. Use VATS a lot. That's
Yep.
that's good to have. And sprinting a lot too.
Yes. Oh, endurance, if you can get it up to... It's somewhere in the 20s, like maybe 26 or something like that. It's about 26 endurance. If you reach that, then you can sprint infinitely without using up action points.
Oh, nice. Like it just stops
Yeah.
using
Yep.
your AP.
Yeah, it's ridiculously difficult to reach that point
Yeah.
because you need so many buffs to get to it.
And
And it,
I was gonna say, if anybody doesn't know, agility and endurance go like in hand for like sprinting purposes.
yeah,
Endurance is rate of decrease for sprinting, and then agility is your action point amount.
yeah, which you use to sprint.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you want to just run around for ages, high agility and high endurance is great for that.
Yeah. So I feel like that was a good add-on to the Riz one.
Yep. Man, there was something else about that I was thinking. I've done a lot of research into the special stats. Also, I think I said 1% for damage on strength.
Yes.
It's 10%. I'm not
Oh.
sure if I misspoke
Wait,
on that.
per point?
Yeah, 10%.
Oh my god.
thing.
That's so high.
It's only like 10% onto the standard thing, so it's like 10 strength
Oh,
would
to
mean you
base.
deal
Okay.
like Yeah, actually, 11 strength, I think, technically would be double the damage, base damage of what you would do normally. And then, like, mods and stuff on your weapon will change things a little bit. And there's a lot of complicated little things to add into it as well. But it's just, yeah, an extra 10% base damage, which does sound great, but it's also worth keeping in mind that the damage numbers in Fallout aren't ridiculously high. Though, on the note of damage, I also looked into how damage resistance is calculated, and it's horrible. Because as someone who's just covered like Fallout 3 and New Vegas as well, Fallout 3 is brilliant. Your damage resistance in Fallout 3 is the percentage of damage, or the percentage you reduce damage by.
Yeah.
And that is just so good.
It's just standard damage reduction, very similar to Oblivion.
Mm-hmm. It is beautiful. You can be like, oh, I've got 10 DR, I'm reducing attacks by 10%. Lovely. So simple. New Vegas then makes it a little bit more complicated, but it's basically it reduces the base damage down to a certain number, and then works from there. That's how damage threshold works, but then they threw in a bit of damage resistance as well to make things more complicated.
Yeah.
New Vegas is kind of complicated, but you can wrap your head around it. Fallout 4's is just wild. Absolutely wild. Because it feels like they were like, oh, New Vegas has made this a little bit complicated, let's make it even more complicated. And how effective your damage resistance is depends on how strong the enemy attack is to start. So it's like, if you were taking 10 points of damage and you had 10 resistance to that type of damage, then you take half damage from it. However, if you have 0 resistance, you take 99% of the damage. And if you have like 20 resistance, you only take like 35% or something like that. And it doesn't scale linearly, and it's just complete nonsense.
I imagine it could be due to like the infinite enemy scaling, or not infinite, the high level enemy scaling that Fallout 4 has versus the other games.
Yeah, and the fact that they don't have like a armor rating cap of 100, you can get into the thousands with power armor and stuff, and they still need to make it so that power armor you can take damage.
Yeah,
but the important thing to remember is that early on, a very small amount of damage and energy resistance goes a long way, because when you're taking an attack that's only like 10 points of damage, if you've only got 10 damage resistance, then that's still going to halve the damage you take. However, if you're taking an attack that does like 100 points of damage, like someone with a decked out sniper rifle, and you've only got 10 points of damage resistance, you're basically taking as much damage as you would if you were just wearing nothing. So, yeah, your damage resistance scales a lot depending on how strong the enemy is. Like, if you're facing weak enemies, then tiny amounts of damage resistance are just 100% fine and make a huge difference. So, it very much is something which you want to gradually increase. And even if you're only making small increases to it, if you're doing it constantly, it makes a big deal.
So, can you, now that you've, like, dug into it, can you confirm that Ballistic Weave is still busted?
Oh yeah, that's ridiculously good.
Alright.
Yeah. Ballistic Weave is, stupid.
We could add that to it as a tip, too. Like, Ballistic Weave is something you unlock if you ally yourself with the railroad in Fallout 4.
Yes.
If you're doing quests for... who is it? Tinker Tom?
Yeah, I think you need to do a couple of Tinker Tom ones. I haven't played through the railroad recently.
Or the robot
soon,
lady.
I think it's a case if you have to do a few Radiant quests for them, and they'll normally be Tinker Tom ones, and then you can speak with Dr. Carrington, and I think his quest then unlocks it when you return it to Tinker Tom. It's a bit of bouncing around to actually get to it.
It's a bit of a web, but yeah, one of the biggest benefits of being a part of the railroad is getting access to the Ballistic Weave, because then certain clothing items you can just wear those and not even worry about taking damage.
Yeah, certain Under Armour and like hats can be modded out to be better armor than most armor pieces in the game. and you still get to wear those armor pieces on top of them.
Yeah.
And it's not quite as ridiculous as power armor, but it does make you ridiculously strong.
Yeah.
Like, you can have hundreds of points of damage and energy resistance quite easily.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Military fatigues, for example, it's usually my go-to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because they have the... Is it strength and agility or 2 agility? I don't remember.
It's 2 agility for military fatigues. Army fatigues are 1 point of strength and 1 point of agility.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah. See, it's been a while for me. Like, I know there's a difference, but I couldn't remember which ones.
Yep. Military fatigues by default also do provide 5 points of energy resistance.
Hey.
Which, if you're only taking a 5-point damage attack from energy damage, will halve it just on its own.
Yeah.
So those weak attacks, it makes a big difference.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, I've been going a bit too deep into the numbers, so Caedo, have you got a more accessible and simple tip for people?
Let's see. Is it called the Foundry? It's the place with the
new enemies.
The Flame Raiders.
Yeah, the Forged.
The Forged, yeah. Some of the most deadly raiders you'll encounter are the Forged, and they're in one place in the game. Unfortunately, with the next gen update, if you updated your game to that as well, there's an Enclave outpost near there too. So you have double the reason to stay away until you're prepared. This is like north outskirts of Boston, I believe.
Yeah, it's northeastern, like not quite on the coast, but close to it. That is Saugus Ironworks is their main hub location. But yeah, they hang around that area, and there's Enclave people around there.
Yep.
It's horrible.
So
I literally just avoided that by taking a huge circuitous route all the way north, then all the way east, so that I didn't have to cut through.
Yeah.
Like, I took a journey that is like 4 times as long, so I could avoid that area.
Yeah. There's some little things in Fallout 4 that are still frustrating when you go back to it. Some of it did come into 76 as well. But one of them is being completely blinded by somebody using a flamethrower on you. And there's just a bunch of those when you go to Saugus Ironworks and fight the Forged. So imagine you're getting blinded by a flamethrower, dying very quickly, as well as Enclave just spotting you and firing a bunch of plasma weaponry at you too. Not a fun time. It's probably some of the most unfair things that can happen to the player, in my opinion. It's just like the worst combination of enemies for that kind of scenario. And also, they could be chucking Molotovs at you too at the same time.
Yeah.
You go there in survival mode, good freaking luck. Because
instant guaranteed death.
Yeah, you find a bed or like a settlement and make a bed there. Before you go in that direction, because holy crap, dude.
Yeah. There is the slog north of it, which is probably your closest bed location.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, you're going to, like, Lynn Woods for a bed, which I do not recommend.
Yeah, the slog is a good spot anyway.
There's not many good places around there.
Because it has
slog's great.
The only place you can get the plant that's in the pool, I forgot the name of it.
Tarberry.
Tarberry, yeah.
It's a little Tarberry farm. I think that's the name of them.
Guaranteed. Yeah.
Tarberry snail doesn't sound like a word now that I've said it out loud.
It's tarberries, yes. I mean, it's not a word. It's a made-up word, in fact, for
It is
Fallout.
made up, to be fair, yeah.
But yeah, good tarberry farm. Also, ghouls you can make friends with in one of the most depressing quests you can get in the game, too. So it's a nice grab bag of things you can do, and also maybe die at Saugus Ironworks. So
yeah,
good little adventure that you can have.
I will add on a little bit that an additional reason why the Raiders and the Forged at Saugus Ironworks are such a pain is that a lot of fire attacks do damage over time. And damage over time is so dangerous inside of Fallout 4. Because no matter what, you're taking like at least 1 hit point per second for any damage over time effects.
Mm-hmm.
But often you're dealing with worse than that, especially if you deal with poison damage.
Yes.
Because poison damage, you can get resistances to it, but you're not going to need it except when dealing with like three
Yeah,
different
like
enemies
95%
in the game.
of the time you won't need poison resistance. Unless
Yeah.
that one scenario of like a rad scorpion popping out of the ground and hitting you once, and you're like, oh god, and you know,
Yeah.
or the Mirelurk
It's
Queen.
bug type enemies. Like anything that's covered by exterminators has like potential to be poison. The big enemy of it are Mirelurk Queens, which shoot out literal jets of poison at you. But the sneakier one are the bugs like stingwings,
Yes.
which will just stab you, not do a huge amount of damage, so you might be like, oh, I'm fine, and then you keep shooting them, but your health is ticking down all that time. And I think stingwings may have killed me more than almost any other enemy at this point.
Stingwings are rough.
Because, yeah,
Especially if you
it's
don't
like
use VATS.
poison damage is horrible.
Yeah. Bloatflies too. Quite a few of the bloatflies
Yeah,
do
blowflies can do it.
poison damage as well.
Yeah, so basically, when dealing with bugs, be very careful.
Yes.
And just take more healing items than you need to. Not only physically with you, but consume more healing items than you think you need to while fighting bugs. Because the damage over time can really sneak up
Yeah.
on you.
There were several scenarios or several occasions where I had finished a fight, not watched my health, and then just died from
Yeah.
damage over time. It was either bleed or poison, or
Yeah, I've seen way too many like YouTube videos of people playing games and they've not paid attention to like they've got bleed effect or poison effect or frenzy build up or anything like that, and they've just not healed up correctly after a fight and just died. And I'm like, I'm so paranoid about it now, but I'm pretty good at dealing with it, but it's so easy to get caught out.
I guess that's mine kind of in a nutshell. It's it's like there's some things that were added that are cool, like when you can do them, like the enclave stuff, but very dangerous in where they were placed.
Yeah,
In a place that's already dangerous.
I'll put my tip as a one that kind of ties into that, which is, generally speaking, the further south you go on the map, the harder it's going to be.
Yeah.
Like, Fallout 4 is very much structured so that the northwest corner where you start is pretty easy, relatively speaking. There's ghouls, there's a few raiders, there's a few nasty surprises, but in general you can travel around the northwest kind of quadrant without too much challenge. Like, you can definitely die because you're generally going to be low level, but the game in that section is designed for you to be low level, not have amazing weapons. You should still be able to overcome the odds there. If you head east, there's now obviously the new stuff and everything Caedo's talked about, so it can be quite tricky, but the real danger is the further south you go, the higher level enemies you deal with. Like, once you've made it south of Diamond City, you start running into like more and more super mutants, you get Deathclaws showing up more frequently, you eventually hit the Glowing Sea, which is just danger central.
Yes.
Like, not only is there the radiation to deal with, but the enemies there are pretty tough.
Yep.
Like, the nice enemies are ghouls and bloatflies, which are still not great to run into. The nasty things are Deathclaws and Rad Scorpions, which are lethal if you're not prepared for them.
And I believe, I would have to go back, they did do this in 76, but I'm pretty sure the ghouls get healed over time from the radiation, like the high radiation too.
Yep.
Right? So if you're in the Glowing Sea and you pop a couple ghouls without finishing them off, they'll probably get all that health back if you wait too long. So
Yeah.
that's what I recall anyway.
I think that's
hope.
the case, because it's either they take no effect from rads, which means like...
Or wait, yeah, they do, because the glowing ones still do their big AoE heal thing.
Yes.
Yeah, so it does heal them in the Glowing Sea. Yes.
Yeah. Means that if you're fighting ghouls down there, you need to focus on a lot of damage in a short period of time. Because if they're not dead, then they're going to get better.
Yes.
Ooh, but man, I'm very much just piggybacking off of each thing this time. But I think this is a good like little segue to limb damage and crippling enemy limbs.
Yeah.
Because even if ghouls heal up, if you shoot like their arms or legs off, they become less effective.
Yes. There are several enemy types in the game where you can maim them and they will be useless because they won't have those limbs to do stuff
Yeah.
with.
Most big beasties, if you cripple their legs, become trivial to take down.
Yeah.
Like, I'm thinking Deathclaws and Yowdwise in particular, which are two very aggressive, very intimidating enemies. But if they can't run at you, then you can just keep your distance and shoot them casually.
Yep. Yeah. Some enemies with guns, a little different. Shoot the arms.
Yep.
But especially let's see, it's the Mirelurks, the synths, robots, ghouls, all of those you can shoot their limbs completely off, and
Yeah.
and they become. You have footage of it, Sarge, of the synth that you just pushed into a corner because you were in his blind spot and didn't feel like finishing him off, which I thought was really hilarious. Because Sarge shot its legs off and it couldn't like turn around completely to shoot Sarge. It was just really funny. So yeah, keep that in mind too for crippling. Like limb crippling is a lot more about as useful, if not more useful than how it was in the classic like Fallout 1 and 2 games. Like to that degree, I think. Super Mutant Suiciders also shoot the bomb.
Oh yeah.
They will blow up. That's that's helpful.
Man, I've had to recently stop myself from attacking super mutant groups because I'm playing in survival mode. There's times where I've like not saved in an hour or something, and then I'll just see a group of super mutants and there's a suicider, and I'm like, oh, if I just manage to shoot their arm and they blow everyone up, that'll be great. But it's also like dangerous to just attack a group of super mutants, because if you don't get that accurate shot on the suicider, then all you've done is alerted them to your presence, and then they run over, and you don't want to shoot them in the arm when they're close to you, because it's a big explosion.
Correct. Great
for dealing with the whole group, but not a good close range thing.
They're like the perfect example of like changing your strategy too. Like if they are approaching, because you can hear them too, thankfully. But if they are getting too close, then you can cripple the legs and slow them way down to get away from them, and then shoot their arm like you had planned to, or just run away if you really want to do that, I guess. If you're out of ammo or something, I don't know.
I mean, another detail I absolutely love about them is if you don't blow up their hand that holds the mini nuke and kill them in a different way, then on their body you will find a mini nuke.
Yes.
Which is a pretty good way to get them for the Fat Man, because that's very rare ammunition.
Yep. And valuable if you want to sell it, too. So.
Although also very heavy in survival mode. Always, I want to say either 8 or 12.
Yeah,
it's like,
you don't...
In survival mode, they're just ridiculously heavy.
It really de-incentivizes using the Fat Man whatsoever in survival mode.
Yeah.
But yeah, different... Yeah, I think the Suicider, is one of the best, like, test beds for different things you can do with VATs, I think.
Yeah.
Also... Oh, let's see. You already went over Under Armor. Peeking is always a good one to mention, because Fallout 4 introduced peeking around corners and sides of things, where all you got to do is hold your aim button. Like if you're facing a wall that's like right on a corner or something like that, you can peek around and shoot enemies that way. And also, if you're in a stealthy scenario, it's a lot easier to go back into a hidden state just by going back around the corner instead of completely exposing yourself.
Yeah, I mean, even in a tense firefight, I know a lot of people, especially those who have played previous Fallout games, can get into the habit of just consuming 20 stim packs while standing in the middle of an open area. But peeking in Fallout 4 means that you can be behind cover and so many shots will hit the wall instead of you.
Yeah. Especially if you're fighting somebody like raiders or somebody who like throwing Molotovs and stuff. That means you can easily, because the reaction time you get from a Molotov throw is very minimal, extremely minimal. In fact,
I have a clip of a recent series I recorded where there's a Molotov thrown from like a raider in Hangman's Alley that goes like through a doorway. And I just have enough time to watch it land and then instantly die. It's beautiful, because I at the time I just stop speaking as well and just watch it, because there's basically like less than 2 seconds for me to escape the blast.
Yeah.
And it's impossible for me to get away. All I can do is watch.
Yeah. Like, sometimes there's just nothing you can do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the peaking thing. A smaller one, but I think it's a very useful.
Yeah, it's such a good thing, and something which I think a lot of people won't know about. Because while Fallout 4 does try and tutorialize a lot of things, I'm not sure it ever tells you that this is a feature.
It doesn't. Yeah, I don't think it does. I think it's one of those things where Bethesda's just like, hey, discover it and tell your friends.
Yep.
Which is like, stupid.
Yeah,
Sorry, I'm mad about that.
I mean, on the one hand, I really appreciate them having a lot of hidden stuff and not over-explaining. Especially because I have played New Vegas again recently, and that game has a bit of a bad habit of just bombarding you with very text-heavy tutorials in your inventory right away. And I feel like there's a nice middle ground to hit, where you actually can be told things without it just being walls of text all the time.
I don't know. I feel like that's pretty crucial when they took all the time to update their shooting.
I mean, yeah, a lot of it's helpful with especially with the ammo types and stuff. That's good, but it's even like when you just click on apparel for the first time, you get 3 paragraphs just explaining that armor reduces damage, and it doesn't do a great job of explaining it. And it's a bit much for what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, there was another thing I was reminding of, which I've now forgotten, which is really going to bug me. Gonna need a minute just to think. So if you've got another tip, go for it.
VATS is a mine detector.
It is.
Yeah. So it feels kind of cheap on occasion, but mines are also cheap, especially where some developers decided to place them. So if you walk into a building you haven't seen before, or you're walking along a stretch of road that is weirdly empty, hitting your VATS button will allow you to detect or aim at those mines that are placed, if there are any.
Yeah,
which
get a
is
little heads up about them.
Very, very helpful in that sense, especially because I don't know at what point, like maybe if you're wearing power armor, at what point bottle cap mines don't one-shot you, but on many occasions, like many of the places early game, like Starlight Drive-In and stuff like that, where there's just a really mean placement of a bottle cap mine, like the developers know what they did. So having the ability to target those with VATS is very helpful.
The thing is, the base damage of a bottle cap mine is over 300 points of damage.
Yeah.
And I think even a maxed out endurance character will need to be at least mid-level before they've got over 300 hit points.
And by mid-level, you mean like 20, 25?
Yeah, 20 to 30 sort of range. Yeah. It's a real nasty thing. And that's just playing on normal difficulty as well. Because if you're playing on if you're on, I think survival's 4 times damage or something.
Oh yeah, you just die.
2 times damage.
You'll just die. But that's most of survival mode too.
Yeah, and you would need 300 damage resistance in order to halve that anyway. They are ridiculous. And what's even worse is Starlight Drive-In, where I am convinced, 100% convinced, that the bottle cap mine there spawns in a different location every time you show up.
I think it's a weird engine thing, because Gamebryo onwards to Creation Engine and stuff like that, sometimes it seems like object placements persist in multiple saves. And I've had that happen in New Vegas multiple times. I've had that happen in Fallout 3, I think, multiple times. It's hard to get a gauge on what conditions have to be met for that to happen. But if I've played a whole bunch in one instance or install of one of these games and then start a new game, sometimes those things will just be kind of where I left them, or enemies will spawn in the same spot where they died in the last time I played. So I wonder if it's more that in Fallout 4, because also when you die from a mine and also reload in Fallout 4, sometimes the mine just straight up disappear.
Yeah.
Which shouldn't happen. But it's
does. So frustrating as well, because at that point you're like, aha, I've died, but I've learnt from this, I know where the mine is.
Yeah.
And you return to the place and the mine is not there.
Yeah, and then
it's somewhere else.
It's gone stealth mode. Now you'll just die again, but you won't know where it is.
Yeah, which is why it's so important to use VATS when looking for mines.
Yep. Back to the main thing.
I have like well over 1,000 hours playtime in Fallout 4, and I do not know for certain where different mine placements are. I know a few of them, but there's several where I just cannot count on it.
Yeah.
And you can also use VATS to discover where enemies are, which I think is particularly useful for ghouls and Mirelurks, which can kind of like hide and not reveal where they are quite as obviously as other enemies.
Yeah, for sure. VATS is useful for more than just
It's
combat.
So
you can detect stuff, and you can get the Vans perk, right, Sarge? Vans is so
best
good.
perk in the game.
Yeah.
Show you where you can go.
It's clairvoyance.
It's great.
Clairvats.
Clairvatsance. Yeah. Only costs you 1 super valuable perk point to get it. I will say, I think at this point I use VATS more like as a non-combat thing than actually shooting things in VATS, because the information it can provide you is very helpful.
Here's one that I didn't include in my video, since we're on the topic of VATS. You can abort at any point in time by hitting the aim button. I think the aim button cancels for any like controller as well as...
Oh, okay. Because I always use tab as like my exit out while in VATS.
Yeah.
But
while you're in VATS, you can
before.
while the sequence is playing. I mean, so after you've already targeted and it's initiated and started, firing off your shots, you can cancel it at any time. And I think I'm pretty sure you retain the AP that hasn't been spent.
Yep.
As well as you can retarget something. Like, I use this method for like accumulating the crit meter, because I don't usually keep count how many shots fill my crit meter, or the lucky crit things can go off. So once that fills up, then I cancel out, then aim for the head, then crit, and then basically maximizing my my crit bar filled, and then targeting a weak point, basically.
Yeah.
I don't know if I explained that very well.
I get what you're on about. I think it's a maximum of 14 shots to fill up the crit bar in VATS.
Oh, wow.
As another bit of information I've learned from so much research. I will say I quite like to back out of VATS if an enemy moves, because while VATS slows down while you're targeting, sometimes while the animations play out, I'll find an enemy gets behind a wall or behind cover, especially if you're doing a very long VATS sequence and it's the third enemy in the chain or something, and then suddenly they're half behind cover and your 95% chance of them missing every time because you're just shooting the wall. It's very good in that instance for saving your action points and your ammo.
I should have just read what I wrote, because I wrote something that makes sense. Well, we'll just let people figure it out. That's the fun part, right?
Yeah, it's a podcast. We're not supposed to be fully scripted or anything.
Yeah, this podcast, the entire podcast is scripted. Everybody knows that.
Man, imagine if this was all scripted.
Even me disconnecting mid-call. That was scripted.
We both write scripts where a big point of why we write them is clarity. I know both of us will spend hours upon hours writing something that for most people would seem fairly simple, but we'll have gone over the line multiple times being okay, we've got to make sure this actually makes sense to people who have any range of knowledge on the subject, and let's make sure this isn't going to be misinterpreted some other way, and so much of our writing is clarity, and then the podcast were just words and things the forged at the flame place, yeah.
Where you get the shish kebab from the dumb dad or his dumb son.
Yeah.
God, that quest
also got the
is
explosives
stupid.
bobblehead, which I'm surprised you didn't mention.
Oh, it's probably because I hate that place.
Yeah, Caedo loves the Grenado.
I do love my
That's where you
Grenados,
get,
that's for sure. Man, I use grenades quite a bit because of the dedicated grenade button Fallout 4 introduced. I got really sad when the MIRVs released in Nuka World, and you could only get a finite amount. Each of the raider leaders had one MIRV on them.
Yeah.
And there was no other place to get them. And I'm like, why would you do this? Why would you do this, Bethesda, not make them craftable or purchasable when they're literally the best grenade you can get?
Yeah. I mean, especially with like tiers of perks for crafting, like make them a demolition expert 4 level crafting thing, and then you still limit them quite a bit. People have to invest, they have to be a certain level, and if it costs like 3 frag grenades or something, it can still be the sort of thing where it's like, yeah, this is going to be expensive, but you can make them.
Yeah.
Fallout 4 crafting, I have such a love and hate relationship
Same.
with, because so much of it is brilliant, and then there's so many times where you're like, why did you do it this way? There's a clearly obvious thing to do.
Something I bring up constantly is like the Bethesda inconsistency with like introducing things and only half-assing it, like due to time or due to like the person working on it moving on to something else, like the syringer, for example. Like,
yes.
It's such a cool concept for a weapon, but it doesn't really have a good use case at all in Fallout 4. Even with all of the like different like darts or it does reload.
It's syringer ammo.
It's one of the few weapons that you can like hit reload and then choose, right?
Yep.
Whereas I think it's the junk jet is the other one.
Correct.
Formerly the rocket launcher. Yeah. Which also still cool concept for a weapon. Just throw junk in it and fire junk at people. But the syringer did not deliver at all. No. And the funny part was they also added it to Fallout 76, and again, it fell by the wayside very quickly.
No. They made like a quest or two based around it.
Yes.
And that at least gets you to use it in like a fun way, because it makes like animals and squirrels and stuff talk, which is just kind of neat, but actually as a usable weapon it's so bad. I made one build focused around it, and it wasn't a particularly good build. I had to literally deck myself out in power armor and have a fully kitted out companion just so I could use a syringer without dying.
Yeah.
There's
a lot of those in Fallout 4, especially, like where it's like they introduced it, but they didn't give it the time it deserved to actually be something useful.
I mean, slightly depressing tip is don't base your character around the fun weapons. Use the basic like energy or ballistic or just like a laser gun's gonna serve you so much better than like the broadsider will. Like, the broadside is amazing. It's a portable naval cannon. It's so much fun.
Man.
You're gonna be so much more effective if you just use a basic laser rifle.
Yeah.
Like, the fun weapons are good for just like, you want to mess around for a little bit, just have a good time. But when it comes to actually dealing damage and being good in a fight, just look at what the standard weaponry is, and that's going to be best
I'm
for
just
you.
imagining like the Merv upgrades too for the Fat Man. It's like,
I mean, I thought of even stuff like the railway rifle, which is arguably one of the better gimmick weapons, and you're still generally better off with like a combat rifle.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sad tip.
Yay!
What did you come to this game for? Fun? No.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing though, the railway rifle, that was in my top rifles list because it is very strong.
It can be, yeah.
Yeah.
It has drawbacks. It's like got really good base or standard damage, but it's fairly slow and the accuracy is not amazing. Like it's a weird case where it's probably best to use it in VATS.
Yes,
because of,
like, it is very much a VATS
velocity
VATS
and stuff.
weapon, and you want to probably
but
use it
But it's also
mid-range.
a case of it's somewhat expensive to use in VATS. Not like crazy expensive, but normally you'd want to go for like pistols and stuff, because in general, lighter weapons use fewer action points. But the railway rifle, you can get off like a few shots, and then you need your action points to recharge. So you've really got to make those shots count.
I just scanned over the legendary system thing. I have no tip to add to that at all.
I've already wrote the part in my guide talking about the legendary system, and one thing I say is you just can't rely on it at all. Don't base your character around it. It's like the most depressing part of my guide is just like, hey, accept that it sucks.
Yeah. Check merchants for pre-placed or named legendaries. because that's the best odds you'll have of getting something good.
Yeah, it's completely random. You could kill a legendary red roach and get the best weapon in the game, but you fight a legendary deathclaw for like 20 minutes while underleveled, just go through this harrowing experience but somehow come out on top, and you get like a furious baton and you're like, well, I'm a sniper, so that's not much help.
Yeah. Or a nocturnal rolling pin.
Yeah. I mean,
Doubly
the example
useless.
I used is, I think, a real one from a recent playthrough where I fought a legendary deathclaw for like a ridiculous amount of time, and I'm pretty sure it dropped me like a furious baton, which is not worth it.
Ugh.
Just not at all. It's stupid legendary system that they then tripled down on.
Ah!
Hey, you know what? Maybe the Starfield free update is them switching out every legendary in the game with an actual unique. That'd be nice. I would genuinely start covering Starfield full time if they did that.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
just as appreciation, I'd be like, you're getting so many videos now.
For me, it would also take making fists viable
Yeah.
in any
It'd be
way.
nice if punching was good.
Yeah.
The fact they made a dedicated punching perk and were like, that's literally all
Multiple
we need to do. It'll
dedicated
somehow
punching
be good
perks
now.
that still don't scale it properly.
Yeah.
It's like there's 3 of
I
them.
was thinking about just like the standard damage one.
Yeah,
but
there's 3 of them.
oh,
There's the Neuro Strikes
yeah.
one, and yeah, it's bad. It's really bad.
It's like so much work for it to be just terrible.
Yeah. It's like,
Hey, but you know what?
yes,
Unarmed in Fallout 4 is somewhat usable.
it is. Indeed.
I've also put in my guide that if you're torn between melee weapons and unarmed, go with melee weapons in Fallout 4, because there's just much more variety.
There is, yeah.
There's not really a proper reason to use unarmed weapons over melee weapons when inside of Fallout 4.
There's a
basically
big
the same
benefit to using
functionally.
melee too, which I don't like. Okay, let me start that again. The benefit of using melee in Fallout 4 is you can do it in power armor.
Yep.
Unarmed, if you're completely unarmed, yes, you can do that in power armor. But if you're using a fist-based weapon like knuckle dusters or the boxing glove Y or the power fists, you can't use those in power armor.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, they were just like, oh, this isn't working with the model, just don't, or something.
Yeah, you have to instead use the power armor itself, and you can mod it out in, like, there's a couple of different mods, like Rusty Knuckles and Power Bracers or some other thing, which is, like, basically you can increase just base unarmed damage by, like, 15, or you can add, like, electric damage to it.
Yeah.
And neither of them are amazing.
Yeah, they're usable,
they become
but they're
mid-tier.
not amazing. Whereas you could go get Krem's Tooth, which is like one of the best unique melee weapons, maybe in the whole game, and find a legendary machete. Yeah, and then fuse them together to make the ultimate machete weapon.
Yeah. I mean, as well, I hate to say it, but I feel like, I'm not certain on this and I've not done my research, but I feel like unarmed always feels a little slow for what it is. Like, you can get some really fast melee weapons, but all unarmed is just, there's a bit too much recovery time for me.
Yeah.
Whereas with melee, I can either go super heavy with like a big, fully decked out super sledge, or I can have like a combat knife and be very fast and just stab, stab, stab.
Yeah. Yeah, combat knife is good too. Like, really good.
Oh yeah, you know what, I criticised the Basher perk a while ago, and I had someone trying to defend it, being like, no, why would I switch to a melee weapon when I can just hit them with my gun? And it's like, switching to a melee weapon, especially a light one like the combat knife, only uses up 1 point of carry capacity, and allows you to switch to it and just stab multiple times very quickly. So much better than gun bashing. Like, the one instance I would actually recommend gun bashing is if an enemy gets very close to you and their health bar is almost empty, then you can get a cool finishing animation by gun bashing them.
Yes. Hey, we could talk about that and how jacked up it is in Fallout 4. So, a lot of the melee finishers in Fallout 4 can only be executed in third person.
Yeah.
So, you'll only see like the most badass animations of your character finishing someone off by being in third person and then spamming your power attack button when they're close to death. Especially, and also, there's additional unarmed ones. If you don't have a weapon, you're just using bare fists. There's like wrestling moves and stuff like that.
Yep.
Which were also in Skyrim.
Yeah, they're very much.
I don't think they're identical, but you could tell
no,
that
they're
like
clearly like, yeah,
that's what they based it off of, and it seemed like some of the mechanics got hijacked from Skyrim as well, and like how it triggers and stuff like that. Again, it's this weird half measure thing that I'm just not. I'm so over them adding things just cause when it's clearly not had time to cook.
I mean, I kind of appreciate it. There's a certain level to it where I'm like, hey, yeah, this isn't great, but I appreciate you throwing this in. It's a little bit of extra flavor. The problem is when they do so much of that and then don't focus on the actual core stuff, which I feel like is a bit of what happened with Starfield.
Yeah.
Where they just went too heavy on the, we'll just throw in a bunch of half-baked
I mean,
stuff and
if
not bake anything.
Yeah, I was gonna say like if a lot of the lack of focus is because of all the half-baked stuff they decided to throw in, I just want less half-baked stuff and more focused stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I think we're of the same mind there. Like because Starfield is so much fresher in my mind for like things that I don't like that they've been doing. I don't know. It's something I pay a lot more attention to from previous games, like things. I mean, I already brought up the Syringer too. It's just like why the paddle ball. You remember the paddle ball in Nuka World?
Yeah, I remember the paddle ball.
Yeah, and the squirt gun. Squirt gun add-ons that you could win in the arcade.
Squirt gun can be kind of okay if you spend a ridiculous amount of time modding it out and are super high level and already have better weapons than
you gotta
it.
play all the arcade games. Exploit the basketball one because that's the easiest one to do because you can just carry the basketball and like send it through the hoop a bunch of times. Get the tickets to get the mod recipes, then modify your squirt gun, then make the ammo for it out of Nuka-Cola, and then you can fire it at things. And I think it's like one per set of ingredients too. Like it's so bad.
So expensive.
It's just bad.
I mean, once again, it's a case of don't use the gimmick weapons if you want to actually be good at the game.
Yeah, it's just really...
Even when they can deal decent damage, it's so expensive to use them. It just
sucks that there's so many gimmick weapons that they're just like, this will be fun, and it's never fun. It's never fun.
Yeah. I feel like they almost need to make the gimmick weapons either ridiculously overpowered and almost impossible to get ammo for, which would be like Thirst Sapper and Broadsider, but make it so that they're basically a guaranteed one-shot kill. Almost like the Fat Man, where the Fat Man, there's so little ammo, but you shoot it at something, they're dead.
Yeah.
Or they need to make it so that you can use it a lot, and it's very like cheap and easy to use. Where I want to say like the Junk Jet, where you can get tons of ammo, that should be like just a bit more feasible, and like, yeah, you've got essentially unlimited ammo for it. That would be a nice thing to use if it was, actually somewhat good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I exaggerate when I say never fun, because Sarge did just bring up the Fat Man as well as the Junk Jet, which are, examples of good gimmick weapons. But like, we want more of those.
Yeah. My brain actually went to the nail gun, which was added in the free update, which is a little weak.
Yeah,
it's a little weak, but the big problem I have with it is you can't craft ammo for it, which feels ridiculous, and getting ammo for it is almost impossible because it's like a newly added creation rather than something in the base game. That gets me every time, because that should be a really good stealth weapon for like a character who doesn't want to worry about ammo, because it's just nails you're going, which you should just be able to scrap down steel and just craft it from that, but you can't.
Yeah.
And it's so annoying. Especially when we also got like the baseball launcher and you can craft baseballs for it. It's like they did for crafting for that, which is like such an extra step. But the baseball launcher is also
totally busted in VATS.
Yep, ridiculously overpowered.
Like, it doesn't work as intended in the player's favor.
Yeah. You get more ammo back than you shoot by picking up the balls.
Yeah, that too.
Because you fire, like, 3 rounds and it actually fires 7. It's so stupid.
Yeah. It's so funny. This turned into a rant section. I'm sorry.
Yes. There's a reason this isn't like an actual guide video, but instead just like random tips and tricks we have for you. It's because we will get distracted.
How do you suggest making money and/or bottle caps in Fallout 4?
Oh, an interesting one for if you are high charisma is from more of my research, you can actually buy cooking oil and then scrap it down to the base components. And if your charisma's high enough, you can actually sell those base components for more than you bought cooking oil for.
Oh.
That's like a super niche and not actually very helpful one, because people don't sell like hundreds of cooking oil.
Yeah, they don't sell stacks of cooking oil. That would be ridiculous. And funny.
But, yeah. I will say, because you can never sell things for the same value as you can buy them for, or even the same value that they are, that it's worth keeping in mind that just bartering and trying to make money that way is not something you should wholeheartedly rely on. Like, it's good to like go through different merchants and just sell things that you've looted, but you shouldn't buy things to sell or even buy weapons to mod to sell. Like, it's a lot of work for very little gain, if any.
Yeah.
Instead, there's like a handful of quests and stuff which are good for that. Diamond City Blues is, I think, one that's very popular with people, because you get halfway through that quest and then you can pick up like 60 or 70 Jet, Mentat, Psycho, and Buffout, which is just a ludicrous amount of chems. And chems all have fairly decent value, so you can just make thousands of caps, even at low charisma, with those things.
Yeah.
And that's like that's a big way I make money quite early on, because it only really requires one proper fight as well, and it's a fight that you can just kind of lob grenades at the enemies and win that way. It's kind of the easiest money making scheme I know of in Fallout 4.
Yeah. Longer term, if you're in the same playthrough and not Sarge, playing through the game multiple times very quickly in quick succession, is the purified water method, which is just making a bunch of pure water purifiers at
your settlements.
At your settlements. Sanctuary Hills has a bunch of water that you can place stuff in. So doing that, and then the purified water ends up inside the workshop storage, where you can then grab it and then sell to Trash Can Carla if she's still alive and you didn't murder her viciously.
So many people want to kill her.
And she comes by, or picking it up or having your companion carry it and then go to like Diamond City or whatever to sell. Because purified water will get you tons of caps pretty easily.
Yeah, it's got a base value of 40, which isn't terrible as just standard base value, especially for something with weight of only 0.5. It's good weight to value ratio, so you can carry a lot of purified water.
Yeah. Pre-war money is also a good source.
Literally weightless, and just as useful to sell in Fallout 4. Just don't scrap it by accident, because you can do that too, because it scraps down to cloth. You get cloth from it, but you can get cloth from so many other things as well.
Oh, yes.
Like, you should never run short on cloth.
No, it's one of the most common resources you can get.
Yep. It's pre-war money is very good. Just anything with 0 weight is worth picking up. Pre-war money is like the most common, but I think like pens and pencils, they also weigh nothing. They're far less common, but still worth picking up. And if you're playing outside of survival mode, then ammo can be really good.
Oh yeah,
because it's all weightless.
Dude, I always forget this because I'm used to playing survival mode.
Yeah, I had to remind myself of it while talking as well, because if you're playing just standard game, then ammo's weightless, and if you've already decided on like a handful of different weapons and you know what ammo types you're going to use, then you'll have probably also picked up a bunch of other ammo, got thousands of rounds of it that you never need to use, and all of it's going to be worth a decent chunk, like minimum 1 cap per ammo, which is also why a lot of people recommend Scrounger over Fortune Finder in the luck perks, because Fortune Finder makes you find more caps while searching. Ammo Collector, which I've now forgotten the name of, even though I literally said it. What is it?
Scrounger?
Scrounger, thank you. My brain deleted that information. It was like, you've said it now, we're done with it. Yeah, Scrounger makes you find more ammo in containers, and ammo is worth caps. So it's just objectively better outside of survival mode.
Yeah. Should we go over, like, perk recommendations?
Oh, yeah, I can recommend a bunch of perks.
Yeah. My one recommendation is Idiot Savant.
Idiot Savant is very good. Oh, and I've also did so much research on Idiot Savant. It's the optimal intelligence for Idiot Savant is actually 2 points of intelligence. Like, on average, you will make more XP with 2 ranks of Idiot Savant and 2 points of intelligence than you will any other combination until you reach, I think, 16 intelligence or higher.
Oh, wow.
Like, on average, just with the percentage chance, because it is it's an 11% chance of Idiot Savant triggering with 1 intelligence, I think, and then it drops by 1% for every additional point of intelligence you have.
Okay.
I've done so much research. Yeah, Idiot Savant is great, because even worst case scenario is there's a 1% chance of it triggering. That's if you have, I think, 10 or more intelligence.
Yeah.
Then there's a 1% chance that you will get 3 times or 5 times.
But if you've maxed it out, it's anything. Mm-hmm. It's like anything that you do that gives you experience. And there's a lot of things that give you experience. Yeah. So it'll still be going off.
Mm-hmm. And it's a case of, if you get it to proc just like on a quest, then it basically pays for itself.
Oh, yeah.
Because you spent a perk point to get it, and the extra experience you get gives you all of that back.
And you stack that on top of, like, survival mode, which gives you a ton of experience for quests anyway. And then it goes off during that. Like, you'll get a couple levels, like, especially early game.
Yeah. Yeah, every time it's triggered for me at the Museum of Freedom, just finishing out of time, just always feels so good.
Yeah. Yeah. What are the perks, Sarge?
I'm going to do a slightly weird recommendation here, which is I would recommend limiting yourself to 1 or maximum 2 of the specific damage perks. Those are Big Leagues, Iron Fist, Rifleman, Gunslinger, Commando, and Heavy Gunner? Yeah, Heavy Gunner. Those are like the standard damage perks. Don't try and spread yourself out between all of them. Like, it's a lot of perk investment. Each of them have 5 ranks, which is 5 perks to spend on them, which is a lot. Like, if you try and go for all of them, that's like you'll be in the 30s in order to have enough perks to max them out. You won't be able to max them all out at that point, but it's a lot of investment. You're much better off figuring out, oh, do I like pistols? Do I like rifles? Do I like big guns? And just going with 1 or maximum 2 of them, rather than spreading yourself thin and then not having points for anything else.
Yeah. Yeah. Picking 1 or 2 is good. Mm-hmm. Good to do.
I've definitely seen people as well, including, like, occasionally when I've seen, like, another creator playing, like, Fallout 4 who's not, like, a dedicated Fallout 4 or Bethesda tuber like we kind of are. And I'll see their perk layout and just be like, oh god no, they've put points into Lead Belly and every of the damage perks. Yeah. And I'm like, why? Why have you done this?
Yeah.
The one damage perk I would recommend for basically every build, though, is Demolition Expert. Because that's for your grenades and explosives and stuff. Mm-hmm. And basically every build is going to use them. Like, just remember to throw grenades from time to time, and you'll be set.
Yeah, because explosives, it has a dedicated button now. It's a separate equipment. Mm-hmm. So you should be using them in a pinch, or if you want to scatter some enemies, or whatever. Explosives are great.
The best way for dealing with a big clump of enemies, which Fallout 4 has quite a few instances of.
This message is sponsored by Torg. I know you had... Oh, why didn't you say anything about Lone Wanderer yet?
Oh, yeah, Lone Wanderer is great. I'm sorry, I've been recording these series where I have to go with a follower. So Lone Wanderer has been a bit out of my brain. I have actually just recorded the Charisma series, and there's been no point me getting Lone Wanderer or Attack Dog, and it's so sad, because those are like some of the best Charisma perks.
Oh, no.
And it's like, there's no reason for me to get them. Because I get my follower episode 1, and it's like, yeah, I could have Lone Wanderer for like half an hour, and then it would become useless. But Lone Wanderer is amazing. If you travel without a follower, then it gives you the benefits of reduced damage taken, extra carry capacity, and extra damage that you can deal at the like highest or second highest rank, which is amazing benefits, providing that you don't travel with a follower, or you travel with dog meat.
Yes.
You're allowed to travel with dog meat and it still works.
Yep.
I will say this isn't a perk for everyone, because if you genuinely like traveling with followers, you want to maybe build a robot to travel with you, which can be pretty deadly, or you just have an NPC follower that you really get on with, then it will be wasted perk points.
Yes.
Because it just does nothing if you're traveling with someone. But for all of us who are people who really like to be on our own and don't like the followers that much most of the time,
Us loners.
it becomes the best, becomes the best perk in the game. It is so powerful. It's a real shame they ruined it in Starfield by also making it crew on your ship and making the effects slightly worse.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dang it, Starfield.
Just to bring back a bit of the Starfield hate again.
Starfield, reduce your perks. We don't need that many. And some of them are dumb anyway. Anyway, Blitz. Blitz is really freaking good.
Oh yeah.
As the melee boy of us two, yeah, Blitz just allows you to teleport with a melee weapon in VATS, and you can do some crazy stuff with that. If you can see an enemy in like on a catwalk above you, you can blitz up to them.
Yeah. Blitz basically makes melee suddenly be a ranged option.
Yes.
Which is wild.
Yeah.
Especially because melee is balanced to be not a ranged option. It's balanced thinking, oh, we'll give you extra damage than guns and stuff would have because you have to get up close to the enemy. But Blitz is like, no, I can be like 50 foot away and just magically or somehow teleport to them.
It's now like, you are the projectile. Enjoy.
Yep.
It's great. And it's also, it's kind of buggy sometimes.
Yes.
As you would kind of expect something like this to be. Unfortunately, it gets worse if you're wearing power armor. Where melee in VATS regularly, from my experience in a way, kind of bugs out with melee weapons specifically, not unarmed.
I mean, honestly, I just recommend if you're a power armor build not to use VATS very often, because it'll eat through your fusion cores so quickly.
Oh, that's right. I don't even think about
it's
that.
It's like the fastest way to deplete your fusion cores. And it's not a problem if you've been collecting tons of them and you have like 100 or whatever. Then it's no big deal.
Yeah.
But I feel most of us are dealing with like 4 or 5 fusion cores in our inventory.
Yeah.
And then you do like one combat with that and it's suddenly eaten through a quarter of your supply of fusion cores.
That's true.
It can be ridiculous.
And if you're playing survival mode, you can't carry around that many fusion cores anyway.
No, they weigh 4 apiece.
Yeah.
They're real heavy.
Yeah, I think I recall from my stream saves, I think I had a maximum of like 5 at a time. The rest I would just store back at base because there's no reason to have more than that, really.
Yeah.
Especially when you just fly. Hey, we could do a bunch of survival based ones.
Yes. I mean, we had the survival episode last time.
We did.
Go and listen to the tips in that video.
Yeah.
They're definitely all great.
Yep, super great. we had no notes for sure.
No.
Yep,
notes.
we were just reading the article
often.
out loud. Borderline plagiarism.
Yep. Just said, boy, isn't this all good? Nothing for us to add here.
Great job, the gamer.
We have had a couple of gamer articles in the past that were actually quite good.
Yeah.
I remember the first time we had Will on and we were like, oh yeah, we're gonna go and do a gamer article, they're always so bad. And then it was just fairly good and he was like, what are you guys
we gotta
doing?
have Will
This
on
is
again
so strange.
when we have a bad one. or at least one that we can tear apart.
Yeah. His first experience of them was, this seems like perfectly fine and acceptable content.
Mama Murphy's use of the site when it comes to the main story?
I don't like it.
Okay.
I am someone who's very negative towards, like, oh, this character can see into the future sort of things. I pretty much never get on with them. They always bug me. And the Mama Murphy, I find an irritating character.
Yeah.
Like, you know how most people hate, like, Marcy and Junlong?
Yes, I hate Marcy.
Mama Murphy more than them.
Wow.
Like, I find those two incredibly annoying, and I hate them. I find Mama Worthy slightly worse.
Oh, wow.
There's not a lot in it, I will say that. Like, Preston and Sturges as well, weirdly, I'm big fans of. I really like both of their characters. Especially the more you learn about them with, like, not even behind-the-scenes stuff, but stuff that most people don't know about. Like, I was going to be like, can I spoil it? You know, this game that's over a decade old, am I allowed to spoil it?
Well, we're giving tips and tricks, so...
I mean, okay, there's... Like, both of them have some added depth, which neither of them, like, fully address, but puts some extra context to them and makes them much more interesting characters for their actions and why they do things. Like, even some stuff that they might not fully know or comprehend, and it makes them just much more interesting characters once you get to know all the details.
You know what would
them.
have been... What would have made Preston one of the best companions in the game? If they didn't cut Quincy. They didn't cut Quincy being like an actual quest location. Because I think that would have solidified him being an actual, more than just a quest giver, a radiant quest giver character.
Everyone just goes, oh, it's Preston, another settlement needs your help, lol lol lol, he's just a tutorial, but he's actually like quite a deep character who's struggling with the realities of living in post-war and how bad life can be, and he's like a really good-hearted and hopeful person who's been beaten down by the reality of the situation and how everyone has this inevitable thing of becoming raiders because it's what you need to do to survive and thrive, and it's such an interesting way to look at the post-apocalypse as well, and it didn't get explored enough. It's a real shame.
Yeah.
I've got such a soft spot for Preston. He's great.
Did you already do a character rewrite?
No, I didn't do a character rewrite for him, but in my Raiders of New York series, I did make one of the like main faction characters his son, and I was like, it'd be really interesting to like continue his legacy.
That would be cool. Yeah. Is it a son he had with Nora?
Kind of.
Okay.
I keep everything fairly vague there because I'm also someone who doesn't like forcing things to have happened. But I basically have it where Preston was killed by, and also had a son with, potentially, the player character. Like, I have vague hints which don't confirm it as canon, but make it so that it is a possibility based on other things.
Cool.
Hey, anyone who wants to see, like, fun fan theory crafting for a future Fallout game, I did an entire series called Raiders of New York, which was a lot of fun, and I do many things. I built an entire card game.
Yeah, you did.
Like, just as for a one-off video.
And we played it. It was fun.
We did. It's a fully functioning card game that not you can play, but I can play with people. I've still got the cards somewhere.
You can't play it. I'm special.
Nope. I think literally there's like 4 or 5 of us in the world that have played that card game.
But I think it's cool. That
I enjoyed it.
He should be brought up in Fallout 5, or something should continue with his story in Fallout 5. I think
potentially, yeah. I mean, it all depends on what Fallout 5 is.
Yeah, either a very old version of him or like his offspring.
Yeah,
kind of like you set up in.
I mean, yeah, I set it up. Another thing I'd potentially love is Raider Preston, where he is like an old man and he's succumbed to the same thing he was kind of fighting against for so long. Like, if they do an even more dystopian Fallout that follows on from Fallout 4, as like, oh, after the Institute blew up, things just kind of, we thought things would go better, but they kind of went south. That'd be fun. Of being like Preston turned to being a raider because he just kept trying to protect people and had to become more and more vicious to make it work.
That is cool.
I've said this before, Bethesda, but why haven't you hired me? I never got an answer for you on this.
Yeah. Well, I have the renaming trick that I like to use.
Oh yes, back to the actual tips.
Actual tips, yeah, sorry. The renaming trick, because you can rename most things you can put on a workbench. What I like to do, if it's something I'm going to keep for a while, is rename it with a symbol at the beginning so it shows up at the top of my inventory. Because after a while, especially in Fallout 76, like you'll end up with just a ton of gear, or keep picking up stuff that you don't necessarily want and want to be organized to where you can sell it without accidentally selling stuff you have equipped or are using. So there's
I have half pinched that your organizing thing off of you, where I'll rename weapons that I just want to sell if I'm doing like a big barter session, just with like the dollar sign.
Yep, same.
And then they're all together, and I'm like, I don't mix it up with anything else.
Yeah. So you can rename stuff you want to sell with the dollar sign, like Sarge just said. But like with stuff that you want to keep, what I do is I put a dash in front of it, and then the item's name, and that'll tell me, hey, this is in my main gear, and it's at the top of my inventory, so I know.
Yeah, the fact it's also to the top is so helpful.
Yep. Something that has worked.
Otherwise, you just
since Oblivion, even when it comes to renaming stuff. Oblivion, you couldn't do it as much with a lot of different things. Oblivion, Skyrim, like when you name enchanted items or custom spells or potions, like that, it works for those things too, if you're going back further in Bethesda games. So
yeah, but in Fallout 4 you just find a weapons or armor workbench, and there's just a dedicated rename option. And it doesn't cost you anything, which is nice. And you don't have to mod it out or change it.
And in 76 is even easier, because you can just inspect and then press the rename button. Don't even need a workbench. So yeah, that's one of the organizational things, because Bethesda games have always been one of those things where you just collect so much stuff, and having some semblance of organization besides the main tabs is nice.
Also, as a couple of minor things which you've just made me think about is you can sort things by like weight in your inventory, which can be good for figuring out where to ditch stuff.
Oh yeah.
I feel like this is something most players know, but it's the kind of thing that if you don't know it, it suddenly becomes so frustrating that you've been playing for like 20 hours and didn't realize there was a sort by weight option. Also, junk items, you can just drop them in settlements, go into settlement build mode, and then scrap them down to their base components, which can be very helpful for, like, rather than carrying around a desk fan for the 2 screws and it weighs like 3, you can instead drop it, scrap it at your settlement, and then you've just got like 2 screws, which is then like 0.2 or 0.4 carry weight.
Yeah, that's helpful too.
Like, yeah, very helpful if you decide you're not going 6 charisma and local leader, but you still want to build settlements, because then you can bring bits of junk with you without it weighing like 50.
Yeah, helpful stuff.
Yeah, I got so many tips.
Should I mention the Pip-Boy light thing too?
Sure.
I suppose I can.
Yeah.
If you change the text color of your Pip-Boy, that'll change the color of the light too. I change it to a boring white because I like a white flashlight. Some people use this crazy, insane dark purple that I can't stand staring at for very long. If that's you, good. I'm glad it works for you. My eyes can't handle it, so I stick with my boring white light with white text.
Yep. In the early days of my channel, I decided to go with like red, because red's my channel color. But the text really didn't look good.
It's an aggressive
and eventually
red.
I just gave up on it. Yeah. It's like the actual light itself was really cool and so moody and made the world feel like this much darker theme, because you've got like this dark red light going over everything. But then I looked at my items and I was like, is that a pipe pistol or a combat rifle? I can't tell.
Yeah. So if it's so dark of a color that you can't read it, that defeats the purpose of changing the color of your font. So something to keep in mind. Like if they eventually started having like highlights, like you could put like a highlighter thing over it, like that would add more customization of the text. I'd actually enjoy that. But as it is, if you're just changing the text color, I usually try to do like, black, gray, or white most of the time, because anything beyond that, it's like 25500 red, and I'm like, no, my eyeballs, I need those.
I actually use 2551010.
Yeah.
Which still is not good for that.
Still pretty aggressive, but
yeah.
Let's see.
There's also a mining helmets and power armor give you actual proper directional lighting.
Yes.
Rather than it being kind of at your
Oh,
side.
it's so good. And you can customize those at the workbench. The power armor station for the power armor, and the armor bench for the the mining helmets.
Mine.
But you remember, like, when the early days of us, early years even for us playing 76, like the mining helmet was my go-to for light.
Yeah.
Because it's directional light. It was also great for recording, because I could like post up my character somewhere for photo mode, and like it just boom, perfect lighting for whatever I'm looking at. So it had multiple uses in that sense. But on the topic of mining helmets in Fallout 4 though, is somebody added a cool pro tip. I think it was on my tips and tricks video for Fallout 4. Put a, like, when you have when you start sending out supply lines for different settlements, is to put the mining helmets on the supply line person so you can see them in the dark. Like, you can see where they are, like when they're going in between settlements and stuff like that, to find them a lot easier if you need to find them for any reason. And I think that is a really cool tip and a great use of that, of the mining helmet. So I thought that was a cool little tip that I didn't know. I was like, this is genius.
I do sometimes, if I'm doing like an extended playthrough, like to dress up my settlers in ways that make them distinctive. Like suits is quite a nice one, like giving them all black suits or whatever, because that's not something most people will wear in the Wasteland. Because I've definitely made the mistake of accidentally shooting settlers who look kind of like raiders before.
Yeah.
It happens.
It does. Yeah. Oops, didn't mean to. Yeah. I think somebody else suggested like using automatrons to be purveyors too, because I think you can do that as well.
Yeah.
Which obviously makes them, depending on how you outfit them or paint them or whatever, like you can make them very obviously your robots to do that.
I mean, you can also make them quite powerful, and depending on where the supply line is, that can suddenly make a section of the game much easier. Because the characters will actually walk back and forth between the settlements, and if there's dangerous enemies in the way, they will fight them.
Yep.
And they're functionally immortal, so it's a good way to... It's not a good way. It's a sometimes helpful way to clear out dangerous locations. It's not reliable at all, but, you know, it can sometimes work.
Yeah. See, that's massive protection. I don't know. I don't think I have much left. We covered a lot of...
I think we've given people a lot of good tips.
A lot of what I had written down already.
Yeah, people can leave in the comments if they've got any like specific Fallout 4 tips they want to share.
Yeah.
I'm sure people have their own favorites.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. The Fallout 4 has been around for a decade. So Yep. So I bet people have little tips and methods of doing things that maybe we didn't even think about, like the mining helmet thing that I was talking about. So with that topic out of the way, Sarge, what have you been up to the last couple of weeks?
Oh man, Caedo, I've been playing Fallout 4.
I don't believe it.
I don't know if that's obvious, but
no, Are you gaslighting me?
Well, it's a case of I did my Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas Ultimate Beginner's Guides, and then I figured I should do a Fallout 4 one as well. So I've been working on that, but for the second channel, I've been pre-recording Special Survival, which is Strength perks only, Perception perks only, Endurance perks only, Charisma perks only, so on and so forth. And I've recorded all the way up to the end of Charisma perks only now, which means I've got videos scheduled into January of 2026 on the second channel.
Wow.
Because, yeah, they're really fun to record. Like, Fallout 4 is a great game. It's, like, my favourite Fallout game oscillates sometimes between Fallout 3 and Fallout 4. And I think Fallout 3 is largely because there's things that I always, when I play it, I'm like, oh my god, that was so smart, and that just feels really well done, and I didn't realise this was a thing. And in Fallout 4, it's just fun to play. Just, quite simply, it feels good, and I really enjoy it, so... I'm playing lots of Fallout 4 at the moment.
Yeah, nice.
But I also played Voidbreaker, which is in like an early access, and it is a roguelike FPS game where you basically just go through these weird little arenas and shoot a bunch of robots.
Okay.
quite simple. It's like a solo dev project, and it's really well done, because it's all just about the combat, which is weird, because it has some of the best voiceover I've heard in a game in a long time.
Really?
There's only like one character that gives you like some extra story in the voiceover, but the voice is just incredible. Which I assume it's one of the two guys who worked on the game, because one person did like all of the proper gameplay stuff and another person did like music. So I assume this is one of their voices. And it's just brilliant voiceover work, which is surprising when the game really doesn't care that much about story. Like, you're trapped in a simulation is kind of the basic of it, and you just have to keep fighting till you can get through. But they do fun stuff with that, like giving you corrupted modules for your weapon, where you'll get like a downside and upside. Like, one I got was you have increased rate of fire the larger your screen size is set at, which is a really weird one. And there was another module which was, I think it was like called Go to Bed, which doubles your damage if it's after like 2 in the morning. And that's just like great, because
that's funny.
The game does a lot of.
I like that.
It's very fun.
So it's got some weird like fourth wall stuff too.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's you basically keep fighting through, and the more you fight through, you can use the things you collect to like get you weapons. Like, I've got an assault rifle I use. You can also get a shotgun and marksman rifle later on, but you can also get upgrades and just do the standard roguelike stuff. But every time you go through, you can unlock modules for your weapon, and there's a little module grid you can place them on, and it gets a bit complicated, but finding the right combinations of modules is the way to kind of win and get through to the next zone. Because I remember the first few runs I did, when I made it to the boss, I was like, oh my god, this boss is nigh on unkillable. But then there were 2 specific runs where I had just the perfect module combination, but it became laughably easy to get through the boss fight. I think the first one was I had a bunch of damage improving modules, and I had like a bullets attract to the enemy module installed as well. So I had just ridiculously strong bullets, which actually were like giant blobs in the end, which were quite slow moving, but they just zoned into the enemy. So I could just fire the gun at the air, and they'd all hit the enemy, and just do like 5 times the damage they normally would. And it was ridiculously strong.
I feel like I should get you into Gunfire Reborn, if you like that kind of stuff.
I've played Gunfire Reborn.
Oh, okay.
This is better.
Okay, alright.
Yeah, that's for like strong take.
Wait, can you co-op in this one?
I don't know. I don't really co-op much, so
yeah, but
it's not something I pay attention to.
But we're Borderlands co-opers, Sarge.
Yeah, I know. But the thing that might push this over the edge is the other run where I had a really easy time, which was where I had Destruction fully upgraded with a bunch of things. Because something this game does insanely well is you can like destroy parts of the environment, and having like rubble and debris fall on enemies can stun them, and when you kill them while stunned, they like drop extra health or ammo or whatever, which is very helpful. Ooh. But I had modules that meant like when I destroyed something, then like a bunch of other explosions would happen, and when I killed an enemy who was staggered, they'd explode as well and hurt other enemies. And there has been exactly one time where the game like struggled with frame rate and stuff, and it's when I went wild on this and just blew up like the entire level in just one cascading explosion and killed everyone all at once. And it was so good. And another reason you might want to blow up the level is because there's basically telekinesis, where you can pick up rubble and explosive barrels and just bring them to you and then shoot them out. And it's so good. Like, to the point of, there's part of me that wants to make an entire video talking about telekinesis in games, because it's something that, when it's done right, it is so incredibly satisfying. And this game does it better than basically anything else I've ever played.
Oh, cool.
It fits in so well. It is so good. Voidbreaker's so much fun. I've had to stop myself playing it too much, because I can just sink hours into it if I'm not careful. But yeah, if you've got Game Pass, I'd recommend checking out Voidbreaker, because it's on there at the moment.
I think it's on Steam as well.
Otherwise, just check it out. How much does it cost on Steam?
Let me reopen it. Okay. It's currently 10% off. It's $17.99 USD.
I'd say that's pretty decent. If you're really into like your FPS gameplay and like roguelikes, it still is only in early access. I think the guy's only got the first 3 zones done, but I will say I've not made it through the second zone yet. And I've seen footage of people playing, and I'm really good at the game. Like, I've seen other people playing, and I'm like, oh my god, you're not even sliding at triple speed and then double jumping to headshot people behind you. Like, I've seen people playing it as, like, more normal players, and I'm surprisingly good at this. Because it's got a lot of advanced mobility as well, which is totally my jam. It feels like the Titanfall game I kind of want, almost, to some degree.
So it's giving you those same kind of feelings.
There's a lot of that same stuff going on, yeah. It's like Titanfall without the Titans, which I know sounds bad, but one of the best things about Titanfall was not being in the Titans.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of fun stuff. I won't talk about it anymore, but yeah, it's great. What you been up to, Caedo? Oh, final thing I will say, just on a personal note, Scooby had surgery, so I've been spending a lot of time looking after him. He's a dog.
Yeah.
Anyone not familiar.
Scooby is dog. Anna's dog that Sarge takes care of too, and yeah.
Yes.
And he's a cute boy. He's very photogenic, and also a get bag, according to Sarge.
Yeah, he's so many words I can't tell on PIPCAST. Yeah, we're having to be a bit strict with him at the moment so that he doesn't rip open his stitches. Yeah. And it's not going great.
Is he still in the cone, or is he?
Anna doesn't like putting the cone on him because Anna's a real softie. So Scooby gets away with a lot. But apparently last night when he went to bed, Anna kept waking up and having to stop him from messing with his stitches. So he might be wearing the cone from here on out when he goes to bed.
Yeah, just keep the cone on him. It's the cone of
he
shame.
Hates it, but yeah, Anna's like, oh no, he doesn't like the cone. So
yeah, you won't like spending extra money getting new stitches either. So
yeah, it's probably going to be much better if he has the cone on, at least at
pick
night.
your battles.
Yep.
Anyway, yeah, I got photos of Scooby, so I got to vicariously experience what you guys have been dealing with too. But yeah, very photogenic dog, even in the cone. Okay, so I have been jumping into Fallout 76 fairly regularly the last week or so because I ended up spending the extra atoms to get the premium version of the scoreboard because it allows you to do that now. So I still haven't spent any money on the game, but it gives you the Fallout first version of the scoreboard if you forward a bunch of atoms at the beginning, or kind of whenever during the season. So I'm at 143 or 144 on the score. So once you hit 150, you can get access to the final bonus page, which lets you get a whole bunch of stuff. Like pick and choose whatever items you kind of want that are functional utility items, or I think one of them was what was one of them? There was something I was going for.
I've not been paying attention to the scoreboard.
You can get superior bait.
Fun outfit.
Yep. At the end, it's just a bunch of utility stuff at the end. Anyway, that's what I'm working towards because I have a whole bunch of tickets to spend and nothing else on the main scoreboard that I want. So that's what I've been working towards, and the new season happens on September 2nd when there's earlier in that day they're also doing maintenance. So I have until basically Tuesday to get up to the rank that I want to be. Well, probably more till Monday. So I'm so freaking close. I'm 6 ranks away, but they also set up to where you can't just grind up experience to get extra score. You have to do public events 3 at a time to get 300 and something score, which is a pain because that's relying on the game's time, not your own, which sucks. That sucks really bad and is demanding of my time. So what I'm probably going to be doing is having the game running in the background and just waiting for events to pop while I'm editing or whatnot, because thankfully my computer can handle both at the same time. So that's probably what I'm going to be doing. just to get this last bit dealt with. Other things I've been doing. I mean, I said I moved. Yes, I moved to a new apartment. And also injured myself, apparently. But it's a very, very nice new feeling getting my own place, and also figuring out where everything is supposed to go in this new layout of an apartment, and also maybe downsizing on some of the furniture that I brought, because I don't. If I try to set up all the furniture that I brought, it'll just be a living room full of couch, tables, and chairs. With like very little room to move around, so I have to get rid of some of that. But overall, it's been good. Nice. The move and stuff was good. Got internet same day when I moved in. Like the movers moved me in the morning, and then in the afternoon, afternoon actually is when the internet people showed up. So like I worked that out, scheduled that like a friggin' pro. Love that.
Yeah, it always sucks if you move into a new place and then have to wait a while for the internet.
Yeah, I made absolutely sure to schedule this crap early. So anyway, other thing I've been played a little bit of was the Rift Breaker. This is a overhead camera running around in a robot suit kind of logistics builder, tower defense exploration thing. It's a lot of things. But it's very like StarCraft inspired in the way that the kind of aliens interact with you in the game. So there can be like just big hordes of enemies, like kind of like where the term Zerg Rush came from. It very much does that for like some of the like base defense stuff, as well as just running around finding different like item pods to drill into, and then you drill into them, it sends out a wave, and then every enemy nearby gets alerted, and then you got to fight them off and stuff like that. It's generally just a really fun time exploring, building, mining, fighting stuff. Nice. And then if you get bored in the biome that you're in, hey, go to another biome in a different part of the map after you get access to map travel. So yeah. And the reason I popped back into it is it finally got the update that I was waiting for, which was the 2.0, which introduced endgame as well as up to 4-player co-op. So
nice.
I will be at least trying to get one of my friends into playing it once I kind of settle and get, stuff around the domestic region kind of figured out. Yeah. Also Valheim, been playing that off and on still. Got my server with the Union that we've been kind of working on, our little town. Still a lot of fun waiting for the Frozen North. That's probably not too far off for early access or beta, because they've been teasing it quite a bit. But we had a small update beforehand which caused me to jump back in, which thankfully added more claw weapons. So they have claw weapons that scale all the way up to, I think it's all the way up to the Mistlands or the plains now, which is really cool. So that was plenty of cause for me to go back in, because I had already been working on my character's fist skill. So, but then I hit the Ashlands and died several times, so my skills got, the 5% penalty each death. But there's that. And once everything is kind of, I don't know, I might do it even today. I have the Avowed Treasure Maps commentary all done. It's just the editing process that I have to finish up, and then that guide is ready to go. So I hopefully will have that done soon. I've obviously fallen behind on quite a lot of like stuff that I should be doing for my channel and whatnot. So looking forward to catching up on that too, and also just setting up this area better for recording, because I don't know how much reverb is actually coming through on the recording, but I have very little when it comes to like reverb prevention, echo prevention. in my room. So besides this little closet nook that I'm in, which is pretty cool. Yeah. I don't know, maybe I'm part cat. I just like being in little spaces. But that, I think that's the majority of what I've been doing is want to get the Avowed stuff off of my plate. And we have the stuff we're looking forward to as well. Borderlands 4 is coming out soon. The Outer Worlds 2 is coming out soon.
Yep. End of October.
In October. Oh my goodness. So we still have
October 29th.
A fair amount of... You're ready for it. So we still have a fair amount of time.
It's the only other game I'm covering this year.
We got to supplement with the either going back to Fallout or Skyrim or whatever, or finishing off things.
This is the reason why I'm doing a bunch of guides for old games at the moment. I'm like, I got nothing else I really need to do. I'm just going to pre-schedule, get myself all sorted, and then once October rolls around, then at the end of that, out.
Well, the Atomfall DLC is on the 14th of September, so you could jump into that too.
I'm not covering that, Caedo. This is the thing. I don't have the money to buy all the games to try covering them.
But what if you had it?
Or anything. No, because I didn't cover the other Atomfall DLC anyway. I've got to be very tactical about it.
Okay.
Like, Borderlands 4 is the other game where I'm like, should I cover it? And I'm like, no, I'll wait. I'll do like an Ultimate Beginner's Guide at some point in the future, and that'll slowly tick up views, but I won't cover it properly.
Yeah.
Like, the Outer Worlds 2 is the only game where I'm like, I'm definitely covering this.
I'm in
next year, depending on how things.
I got requested to do a brand deal. I think it was a brand deal email for Borderlands 4, and then I asked what the rates are, and I haven't gotten a response.
Nice.
Yeah.
Just for we want to pay you. Oh, how much you want to pay me?
Here's the thing, though. I don't even know if they were under the impression that I would do it for free or not, because that happens too, obviously, with like keymailer and stuff like that. Like, you just get a key and then you get to make something on it. So I don't know, but that was like one of the very first of those emails that I actually responded to, and then I got no response back. I just thought it was really funny. I don't know. Maybe I will.
No response back sounds normal.
Maybe they'll go back to it and be like, "Oh yeah, I was supposed to reply to this guy," but I don't know. Yeah. I'm not holding my breath. I just thought it was funny. Okay, I think that's all for this PIPCAST episode. Again, if you have your own tips and tricks for Fallout 4 or suggestions for other tips and tricks we can do, of me and Sarge talking about our own tips and tricks, not relying on the gamer, because we can guarantee quality from he and I. So if you have any of those, please leave it in the comments below, and perhaps be a comment of the cast. Hope to see you in another couple of weeks on the next PIPCAST 3000, which goes up every other Sunday, 10 a.m. Pacific. Thank you so much for watching and listening. Bye-bye.